Hey guys, welcome back!
There are a couple things I plan to get into today, starting with NFL honors. I'm also going to be doing some Detroit discussions as well as talking about the big game. Am I allowed to say Super Bowl?
What are the rules? What are the rules?
I know that there's like some weird shit the NFL does to protect their brand, but I don't know how it exactly works. Before that though was NFL Honors Night. I'll just say that the NFL always makes a big deal out of it, but I find it to be arbitrary for the most part. I mean, the Walter Payton Man of the Year award is the exception and shows football can be more than a game. But the other awards are very arbitrary and subjective. I'm not even going to pretend like bias doesn't play a role, because it definitely does. I know that Dan Campbell didn't check all of the boxes to be Coach of the Year, but whatever. Like I said, it's very subjective and arbitrary. We're going to move on to Disabled Danny Detroit discussions, which is the perfect time to point out my new hat. This house is Detroit versus everybody. That chip you see on my shoulder? Yeah, that's permanent. So the Pistons are out making moves, and with the NBA trade deadline, this is definitely the right time. I feel like all of the attention is on that Luka Anthony Davis trade, which is fine. We move in the shadows here. It's obvious that Cade Cunningham is a straight baller. He's an all-star for a reason. But the Pistons needed another guy who could be a good floor manager. If we put it all on Cade, we're
Gonna have a bad time.
So I was happy to see the Pistons go out and get Dennis Schroeder. It's also great to see this. Anytime a professional athlete connects to a city, it's awesome. So on Saturday, the Tampa Bay Lightning played the Red Wings. The Wings were on a 7-game winning streak, and I really wanted them to be on an 8-game streak going into the Four Nations break. That obviously wasn't going to happen when the Wings were playing with a 2-goal deficit 5 minutes in. Hockey is such a weird sport, man. But you guys know I'm a big fan of Woodward sports. Flannel Dan feels similar to Flannel Sam.
When I look at the Detroit Red Wings, you also see just improvement from what I like to call the pillars of the Detroit Red Wings. Dylan Larkin, just steady 50 points in 55 games, has been playing the 1C beautifully. You also got to go with Lucas Raymond. 59 points in 55 games, the first time in his career that he's been a more than a point per game guy. Career high in power play assists and tied for second in the whole bleeping NHL in power play points. Got to look at Mo Seider, top 10 in the NHL in block shots, and he's on the top defensive pairing. Just another season which solidifies that Mo Seider is one of the better defensemen in the NHL. And the last pillar I want to highlight is Mr. Alex DeBrincat, somebody who I've had very disrespectful things to say about, and he's making me look stupid. So shout out to Alex DeBrincat.
We're going to segue on over to Sunday now. Before we talk about the big game, the Pistons played against the Charlotte Hornets and won. It was a good game. Cade messed around and got another triple-double. Dennis Schroeder appeared to make an immediate impact. But the Pistons have a really bad habit of not finishing games and allowing opponents to come back. A team that is a lot better than Charlotte probably would have came back. Hopefully, as this team grows and develops, they'll improve at keeping their foot on the gas. Okay, we'll talk about Super Bowl licks now. That was definitely the last one. Okay, I really mean it now. Swearsies for realsies. The undisputed MVP of Super Bowl 59 was definitely Jameis Winston. Just look at how much fun he's having.
That's why I am with God.
I mean, you look at this. Oh my God, look at the powder that's coming off that thing. Oh my Lord. Look at the powder. Hey.
I believe I can drive this bike. I think about it every night and day. Yes! It is nothing better than this. Oh my God.
I obviously can't talk about Super Bowl 59 without mentioning the music. I know jazz isn't everyone's cup of tea,
Jazz is stupid. I mean, just play the right notes.
but I love that shit. Tom Brady was calling the Super Bowl, but why? I get that he's a 7-time Super Bowl champion, but that doesn't automatically qualify him for the booth. I can understand the regular season, but this is the Super Bowl. I think we as fans deserve to have someone with over a year's worth of experience to call the Super Bowl. Maybe I'm in the minority though. I guess I'll talk about the game now. The game definitely had some shit goose lunacy moments. But it's the end of the 2024 season.
Well, I don't know what I expected.
You know, a white corner is just incredibly rare. A white corner scoring a pick six is definitely shit goose lunacy. For more shit goose lunacy, DeAndre Hopkins had a really uncharacteristic drop. I think it happened at such an early point in the game that the Eagles pretty much stomped the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's what happens, man.
Oh my God!
Yeah, that's what happens.
I have stated that I really don't like Philly, but at the end of the day, I'm happy to see Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley get a ring, instead of the Chiefs three-peating. I'll have to deal with toxic Philly fans for the next year.
No, don't like that.
But I will like watching the dumpster fire that is the New York Giants. Remember that Saquon Barkley won a Super Bowl, but with a division rival. I'm about to roll out of here, but I have a Valentine's Day video coming out on Friday. That's my normal release schedule though, so there's nothing groundbreaking, but maybe hit the notification button, just in case. Remember to like this video and subscribe to join the Dan fam. Whether you're a Danimal or not, check out my website, disableddanny.com, but as always, be gentle.
Peace out, y'all.